COVID.
Awesome.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I don't recommend it to anyone either. Well, it's good. I'm happy to see you back up here, friend. I'm happy to hear that you're feeling better as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I just have the cough now.
Yeah, that thing that seems to linger. It doesn't seem to, want to go away ever. I'm like, what, 3 weeks out from it, and that thing still hangs around a little bit. So, but that's what they say, right? It's always the last thing to go. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I went to a party and everybody was vaccinated and everybody was tested, and then the next morning a woman said, "Oh, by the way, I just tested positive," and like 50 people got symptoms out of like 60, and I think like
Oh
30
shoot.
tested positive. It moved so fast. It was crazy.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the crazy thing about it is even, with so many people being vaccinated now and so many people already having it, it's still just going around. But I do have to say that it's not as bad. Like don't get me wrong, like it was pretty rough. But it's not as bad as I believe the previous strains. So at least it seems to be, getting a little bit better. It's more I don't know. But yes, definitely. I got mine when I was at NFTLA, so that was always fun. But anyways, enough about COVID. The town hall that we just had today. So we went ahead and I think Jose disappeared, didn't he, Ardo?
Yes, he did. He did.
He
He's
snuck out of here.
he snuck out. He'll be back. We got a couple other celebrities in here too. We got Crush. We got Archetype is in the building. Spaceman Debo and Aggravain. Wow, it's
And
awesome. And hey, Lumina, how are you?
Hey, Otto, what's up?
Just here for the party.
Hell yeah. All right,
awesome.
Lumina, you have to give me some time right now. Just, okay? Sorry.
Oh, you're good, friend. No worries. No worries at all. So I think, for this one, the after parties aren't really structured like our regular chats. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and keep it chill. I have to say, so just a couple things that they covered in the town hall today. I think it was really cool that they pointed out that the second half of the year is going to be some pretty exciting things coming out. We also just recently launched or announced our partnership with Audio Up about a podcast, and I'm sure Dowcaster especially has to be pretty excited about this one. A podcast that's based around storytelling and lore, which I think is going to be pretty incredible. That will be coming a little bit later. Yes, I knew you'd be excited about that one. Come on up, friend. And with bringing Dowcaster up, we also recently discovered the Star Atlas community's favorite ship through the tournament or through the campaign that he had running over the past month and a half, Dowcast Madness. So if you guys missed that, it was actually the Tree Arrow. And, I think that that's Danny's favorite ship as well, if I remember Michael saying that. But
That's some good.
Dowcaster, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, that is some trivia that has been we were told to remember as a trivia question. So Danny's favorite ship is the trio. Everyone remember that. No, I'm good. And this town hall was super good. It was really really informative. It's really it's nice to have alpha, but it's also really cool to get into the minds of the people building this game, especially economics. Like, was it? I'm sorry. The exact names of everyone I don't remember, but he's
Eric?
Verm Dragon on Twitter.
Yeah,
On
Eric.
economics, Eric, telling us about all his favorite games, and that's just so telling about like the kind of games and the kind of gamification and satisfaction that he feels and is drawn towards, and it makes me feel like Star Atlas is going to be really complex. It's not just going to be a pay to win. It just made me feel really secure about whose hands this game is in. It's not my game, but it's still cool to see that this game is they're being so friggin' methodical with every single step. It just makes me so excited.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think that it was really cool that he came on and did drop that knowledge on the, his favorite games because that's where you're going to be pulling inspiration from, right? I mean, you're obviously going to be pulling inspiration from Star Atlas and the vision itself, but you're really going to be pulling inspiration from those games that you grew up playing and loving, all throughout your childhood and adulthood and everything. So I think that that's really cool. That was like an insight bomb that he just dropped on everybody. So I don't know if you guys realize how cool that really was that he did that. But that was some major alpha. I totally agree with you, Tony. It was awesome. And then of course Mo coming on and talking about Scream and all the things that they are doing with that and how it's bridging the gap between Score and the UE5 version. And I think he really laid it out there for us, as to what to expect with that. And I'm really excited about that. What do you guys think about what Mo had to say about Scream?
You know what? I know I just spoke. I just want to say something really quick about Scream and how excited I am. Santi, I'm sorry. Is that okay?
For sure, man. Of course.
Okay. Okay. So I was playing Hogwarts Mystery, the iPhone game, yesterday because I grew up a huge Harry Potter fan, and Hogwarts Legacy, that PC game, coming out in November. And I was like, you know what? The people that made this big Hogwarts game, they also made this really kind of crappy iPhone game. So why don't I just play this game? It'll give me a sense into the kind of games these guys make, the way they gamify their missions, the way they do things. So I was playing that yesterday. And in order to win that game, in order to like progress, you have to be on that app like every hour. It is They do such a good job of making it so that you have to be constantly engaged. And while I didn't really appreciate that from like a gaming standpoint, it was more like a progression standpoint. I was thinking to myself, like the whole package of a game, the whole package will be a game that I can go, raid caverns or whatever we'll call it. We can go bounty hunting. We can go mining. We can get on our PCs. We can get on our consoles. We can play with our friends, and then throughout the day, we can still progress on the go. We can get our phone out. We can do things. And so I literally had this thought while I was playing Hogwarts because I was on my phone the whole time. And so, and it's hard when I have this game where I can only, once the kids go down, I have like 3 hours to game and then that's it. And so when he was talking about
Adulthood.
Scream, I was like, adulthood, right? When he was talking about Scream, I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be it. They didn't say anything about mobile optimization, but like a game that I can play in multiple different facets. I can go on and put on my headset and get chased around by Moon Man, or I can get on my browser. I can take 15 minutes from work, check on all my ships, send them out for missions, and still progress through the game without having to need complete silence for a full hour. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's gonna be so fucking cool. I cannot wait. I can't. And the fact that we get that early, like this year, man, we chose the right game.
Yeah, no, it definitely is awesome. And like you said, it's making it more, tangible earlier and in a simplified manner. And so that you don't have to be completely, you can get to it in between doing other assets of your life, which is really cool. And we get to access that this year. And speaking of Moon Man, he's not here. Whatever happened with your little, one-on-one battle with him in Halo?
Oh yeah, I was
Crickets?
straight up with him. I was like, I mean, I haven't heard from him, but I haven't reached out either. It's simply the fact that I'm in like my hell month for grad school,
Yeah.
and I have no time for gaming. So I will allow myself the month so I can graduate with a master's, and then I'll hit him up.
And then you'll wreck him? No. Where is
Yeah,
he? He was
I'll
here a
take my
minute ago.
yeah.
I love it. Aaron, I know you have to have some thoughts on the knowledge that was just dropped in the town hall.
Oh man, gotta share Dowcaster sentiment with the Scream. I think, however, the most exciting thing, and I know Michael briefly touched on it, was um, the audio. I'm gonna call it audio show because yeah, I think that describes it a little bit better. Um, I grew up listening to the Star Wars audiobooks with the soundtrack going and the sound effects, and I'm just so excited for a Star Atlas audio show. And then also going on that, shout out to Siggy on Twitter. He's kind of been deep diving into the lead writer for Star Atlas and his experience, and you know, the company that he has as far as graphic novels, and that's just gotten me even more excited. So good time to be in Star Atlas.
Aaron, I just want to add, like, if anybody here in the audience has no idea still what this audio thing is, Aaron or Atlas Theory just posted a video deep diving into like what this project is going to be, or what he thinks it's going to be, and basically dissecting every piece of information that the team has released on it. So it's a really good video talking about it. So you guys should check it out if you still have no idea. It's not too long. It's pretty good.
I just did it at the top, so it's easy for everybody to hop on there and take a listen to it. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm incredibly excited about this, too. Like, it just gives me, like you were saying, like, you know, vibes of, like, being able to listen to these stories growing up, the Star Wars stories and all that stuff. And so it's really exciting. And I think it's going to add a whole new life to, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but, like, every time I still rewatch the trailer, like, it gives me chills. And I probably, you know, have contributed a lot to those 1 million views that are on there, over 1 million views now that are on that trailer. And I think that, you know, it's always been like, oh my God, like, we need a movie after this trailer. Like, we need so much more story, you know, because the trailer is just so, it's incredible. Like, it's breathtaking. And I don't know, like, I absolutely love it. And so when they announced this audio web series is coming out and it's going to be, you know, really diving into the storytelling and lore and everything, I think it's just like that. I can't express it. I'm just really, really excited and looking forward to that. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Ashes,
So
did
crypto.
it say that in? Oh, just a quick question about the audio experience. Did it say that it was in partnership with AFIA as well? Did I read that right?
No, I don't believe it's in partnership with AFIA. I think they just shared the news
I must have read
first.
that wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe
I
I
believe
They just
they were
broke
the
it
first.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that tends to happen. That does tend to happen. AFIA, they're on it. So okay, I was just
Yeah.
clarifying. Thanks.
Yeah, no, this is 100% Star Atlas. So I went ahead and brought up Crypto Coaxi. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, that's Roman numbers. That means normally 23.
Okay, sorry.
But no,
You know,
no
'cause we
problem at
have
all. No
Coexist
worries.
Guild, and you never know with Twitter handles. So
Yeah, absolutely no problem at all. So no worries. Yeah, some kind of awesome town hall today. Thank you very much. You have also attended, right? On my side, I had just a couple of questions regarding also Scream. Do we actually have a time frame for it? Would be the first question. Because nobody said something about time, right?
That's $1 million question, my friend.
Yeah. All right. So then let's skip that one. Another question would be, we are going to face some WebGL application, right? So my question would be, are we going to see something native programmed in WebGL, or will it be something like done in Unity and exported for WebGL, or like Unreal Engine? I don't know what's the status of Unreal Engine 5 is when it's about WebGL, if there is any possibility to export it, but maybe there is someone still here who can answer that or not.
let's see, Santi maybe. I don't
I
know.
wish
I'm
I
gonna
had
throw
the
that one at
knowledge
you,
Sorry,
to answer
Santi.
this. Yeah. I wish I had the knowledge. Yeah, if I had the knowledge to answer that, I probably wouldn't be community lead, but I would be down there like coding. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, by the way, we have missed you yesterday night, Santi. Actually, it was not that bad because I'm still really bad in CS:GO. So take your time, come back or just join when I'm getting better, right?
I will be playing next week, man. I will be playing next week.
I will prepare
worry about
myself, man. I will prepare myself.
Yeah,
So thank you very much
you
for
got
having
it.
me up here. I will just go down so somebody else can join, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming up.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, cool. I saw you unmute. Did you have something to add, Tony?
I did not. Now I'm here for a good time. So just me, just the same as Ardo. Just here for the fun. I guess I'll ask, and I feel bad. This is something that I could look up, but I am driving. Is there a release date for the audio up, or is it just the announcement of the partnership?
It's just the announcement of the partnership. It's still a little bit of a ways off for the actual podcast.
Cool.
So a little bit longer, but it's coming.
I have a question for the people.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about the ethos lunch and the cannabis project integrating with Star Atlas?
Are you talking about Tokes?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does everybody think about that? How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, it's huge, right? They're creating a proof of concept of something that every one of us could probably take advantage of. Integrating a real world company inside the blockchain, inside Star Atlas, inside the metaverse, and then showing us the blueprint, or at least some facsimile of the blueprint of how to do it. It seems like an awesome opportunity to me.
For those, so you just
Hey,
touched
Ash,
on it a little bit, but
if you could just have Koresh come up here and represent Final Frontier, I actually have to go. It's got to go do daddy daycare stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries. Thank you for coming up and joining us, Ardo.
About to get on my hands and knees and play Lions and Dragons. So
I love it.
You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you later.
Wait, but who's the lion and who's the dragon? Are you a lion or a dragon and they attack you?
I am the lion, and then they're the dragons, and they try to jump off the ottoman and fly and land on my back. It's really not fun for me, but we do what we can, for the kids.
That's incredible. Yeah. All right, have a good weekend, Tony.
See you guys.
See you, Tony.
Major Easy, how are you doing, friend?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. I was trying to get in just to make a joke, really, was when you said how long was the audio thing going to be, I was going to say 4 to 6 weeks, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
is that going to be the next one? When audio?
Yeah, when audio, obviously. Because I saw the announcement and I was like, oh, right, brilliant. Where do I go listen? And I was like, oh, okay, it's coming. No, but I think it's a brilliant idea. And it's like the link up with Tokes. It's part of kind of the same family of organisations, but what they're proving there by doing this is just awesome. The fact that they're going to build something where they're going to have these kind of two really unrelated kind of projects have some relationship and have that ability to kind of interact is brilliant. It's one of those things that there's not lots of people talk about it kind of in the crypto space, but we're actually going to see it actually happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's really cool. And I think, something else that's really cool is Michael kind of teased something else that's a little bit exciting that has not been announced yet, but regarding like metaverse and interoperability. So I think that there's going to be a lot of really, really cool things coming out.
Exactly. I wanted to point out on that. Oh, go on, Easy. Sorry.
No, go on. I was just saying, like you say.
Yeah, just
That cross-chain metaverse tease was it's
Right?
huge. Yeah.
Exciting. Michael likes to do that. He likes to like just kind of dangle it out there for everybody and be like, I'm going to tell you a little bit, but I'm not going to tell you enough.
I guess that was
So,
the most interesting aspect that Michael, like sort of Alpha, that pointed out. We knew that tokenomics and the economy of the Atlas must be the key element of like making this metaverse and game different from everyone else. But using the word metanomics, like metaverse economy, gives me the feeling that this team is gonna set a new standard for gaming tokenomics around the blockchain. And I really wanted to know Lumina's opinion on that, because I guess he's gonna be one of the best guys to like enlighten us about this matter. What do you think? How they gonna like interact with real world economy to keep it going, you know? Because most of the tokenomics we saw, like Axie Infinity, gonna collapse after a while.
It's a great question, but you should see what I'm doing right now. So I'm not in a position to answer any question at this
Oh
point
yeah,
because she literally pooped herself.
I'm sorry, man. Like take your
No, sorry.
time.
I'll get back to you though. Let me fix her real quick.
The
Yeah,
news was
yeah.
so
So
exciting for
everyone
crypto
else.
fans.
I'm sorry. That's funny. But I'm sorry. But yeah, no. So, okay, where were we with that? Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Ashes, I'm sorry. I was just
Yeah.
being honest. That's all.
No, I love it. I think it's the beauty of being a parent. It's all good, Lumina. I don't mind at all. I was just laughing at that.
Actually, that shows that what drives this community is like down to their families. Like literally, father is participating in the community affairs and spaces while doing his parent-like job, stuff
Daddy
like that.
duty.
So that's beautiful.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Plus, at the end of the day, our kids are going to inherit this from us. Like Star Atlas is, I consider it as a generational wealth. So we are not here for the short play. We are here for the long play. So not just few years, 10, 20, 50 years maybe. Yes, it's kind of hard to imagine this, but this is where the infrastructure, the tech. Okay, honey. All right, all right. This is where the infrastructure, the entire industry is going to. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Sorry.
She doesn't want to be sitting in her poo. Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. Let me. Okay, honey. All right.
We'll hold your spot up here. You can come back whenever you're ready, okay, Lumina? Oh man, that's too funny. I love Twitter Spaces. I love the live action that happens on here. It's awesome.
This is great. This is great. For real.
Oh no, it really is. And something else that was also cool that you brought up, or that I think Michael brought it up actually today, and you recently just dropped in the Discord. We should be dropping it on Twitter, I'm assuming pretty soon as well too. Is that we are looking for people to beta test with us for something, right, Santi?
That's correct, actually. Yeah, it's the new marketplace. So if you want to test the new marketplace, just go to Discord or to Twitter when we post it and apply in the form. There's actually rewards for the ones who get selected. So that's kind of cool. Alpha and rewards.
I love it. Alpha and rewards. And you get to work with one of the product designers, which is also pretty cool. Go ahead, Major.
Yeah, I was just going to say, wow, getting paid to test. Thank you very much. I'm just off to fill the form in.
I love it. All right, cool. So let's see what else. There was something else that I wanted to touch on, and I feel like you teased us a little bit too with some alpha as well, Santi. There was a lot of alpha in this particular town hall.
Yeah. It was. I feel like it was like a special one because what we wanted to give to the community was like a closer look on how like the people that are building in Star Atlas are thinking. And that actually came to my mind when I was speaking with Eric. Like I was doing the introduction, like I was meeting Eric actually after he joined the team, and he was sharing with me like all the exciting games that he's a fan of, and that he is actually like taking inspiration from them for the Star Atlas economy, you know. So I thought like, okay, the community should have like this closer look as well on how someone in charge of economy inside the Star Atlas team is actually thinking. So yeah, and Mo as well, like having insight on how the Scream team works. I think it's quite cool. I know that we didn't have much time for Q&A, and that everyone loves Q&A, but yeah, I guess that we were able to show the community how we think inside the Star Atlas team in some way. I hope that we were able to achieve that.
Yeah, no, you did. You know, Santi, from the Discord, right? I'm probably one of the most critical people in the community and about the town halls and the communication in the past. But you know, I would say this was definitely, for me, was the best town hall ever, and it was a good one.
Thank you.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. You guys did an awesome job on this one. It was really, you know, it was a really great town hall, a lot of alpha, a lot of great information. And you know, it was nice having, you know, like you said, it was really nice having Mo and Eric up there. They kind of gave a nice idea of the different departments that they're working on. I think that that's really cool that we are transparent with our community in those aspects, that we actually bring these people on who are literally, you know, in their up to their elbows building the game on a daily basis. That's really cool. It's awesome to hear from them as well.
Yeah. It's like the moment to do this in time, you know, because we know that when the hype comes, when we actually like start like having like the confirmed dates to launch, we'll have like the town halls packed with 1.5K people, and they all want like the updates on when, you know, like it always happens like that. So I think it's a good moment in time to get close as we can to the core Star Atlas community that keeps supporting us. And that's kind of the vibe that we want to transmit in the town hall.
Yes, and we are doing an awesome job doing that. One thing that I thought was kind of cool. So they were talking about, Michael brought up the Polis DAO a little bit. He talked, you know, so if you guys did miss the town hall, I will be putting out a recap, but this is also recorded on this Twitter space. So after this Twitter space is closed, the recording will still be up on Twitter. So you can, you know, you can go back and you can listen to more in depth, because I feel like Michael really went into depth on a few topics today. One of them he talked a lot about was the Polis DAO. And I'm so like interested, and maybe this is, I don't know, this is something that you guys could talk about too in the Atlas Brew. I don't know, but with the proposals, right? What type of proposals do you guys think that we will see once the Polis DAO is out, or what are some of the proposals that you're hoping that we will see? Have you guys even thought about that yet? I know we're still a little bit a ways, but I think that that's such an, you know, interesting topic.
Absolutely. And I personally, and this is just me, obviously the very first proposal should be removing USDC from the market and let Atlas do its job in terms of the trading. That would be my first choice, obviously.
Interesting. Anybody else? And is there any like particular reason behind that, Lumina? Just curious what your thoughts are.
Well, for the economy of the Atlas, that's the first thing, because if USDC parity is removed from the market, I'm not 100% sure, but the selling pressure on the Atlas should come down a little bit, and that will also intensify the other people who would like to come into the Star Atlas universe, that they will be pretty much, I don't want to say forced, but they have to purchase Atlas and buy the ships by using Atlas. So it's definitely going to remove some of the selling pressure on Atlas. And also,
the other, I mean, the other way, economically speaking, um, there is an actual use case for Atlas other than the resources that we get for our ships. So again, it's another plus. When there is utility, utility brings more sort of a green light to the tokenomics. So I think that should be one of the first things that should come to the table for as a proposal, so that more people who are not in the space of Star Atlas will look and see, hey, there is this utility. Yes, we have been feeding our ships, but also now people have to purchase Atlas. They have to trade by using Atlas. So there's a use case right there. And eventually, when Scream comes out, there'll be more use cases with individual quests for specific ships and whatnot. But for I don't want to say healthy. I still think that Star Atlas economics is very healthy. It's just the current sort of a state of the market and the coin price, so on and so forth. Bringing a utility to a token means a lot. So and currently, Atlas doesn't have that much utility. So I personally think that removing USDC will definitely help Atlas.
Very cool. Go ahead, Easy.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. This looks, it comes up a lot in the Discord, and I guess I'm one of the people with a different perspective on that. I think Scream will bring the utility for Atlas that we're looking for, and that we need to keep that USD pricing of ships to kind of peg the prices so that we keep some of the volatility down, but also provide an income stream for the dev team. And also it does provide an opportunity for people who are looking at kind of trading. You know, if you want to trade up ships, it gives you some opportunity when there are pricing mismatches between the USDC and the Atlas. So personally, I quite like the way that the split is now. We have some ships in USDC, provide some actual, effectively fiat income to the development team, but it's 80% still in Atlas, so that's kind of mainly the use case. And the real utility comes from having Scream or real gameplay loops that require the use of Atlas. So for a change, this is something I'm actually quite happy about in Star Atlas. I'm normally the miserable one, kind of on the opposite side of things. I guess I'm on the opposite of kind of the the other guy, but from the team's perspective, I think keeping the split they've got now is quite good. And Michael said it himself, right? Long term, they probably will move to that 100% Atlas model. But there are good reasons now for staying with that kind of 80-20 split.
Right, and your opinion is well taken. And like I said, this is just my opinion. And what you said is completely right too, and that might be the case. And I also added, you're absolutely right. I mean, the real utility will be Scream, because that's definitely a use case right there. I just felt like people who are already in the project, they already purchased their ships using their USDC, and I personally think that it will definitely, I mean, I don't want to say definitely, but it will take some of the selling pressure on the Atlas, because a lot of the people who are staking their ships, majority of them either selling their Atlas or converting them to Polis, which personally, that's what I do, because I think Polis is a much, really so important for this economy, and it's going to be a game changer. But I absolutely agree with you. Scream will definitely bring way bigger use case and utility to Atlas.
Yeah, and as you say, right, it's opinions thing, right? And yeah, hands up, I'm converting my Atlas to Polis as well. And having reduced kind of sell pressure, I think that the ending of the Orca pools will help, because the Atlas Orca pool is done now, so that'll remove some sell pressure on it. So yeah, I think we're all just kind of desperately waiting for Scream because that'll be the thing that should make the big difference.
Yes, and they definitely teased us with some goodies when it comes to Scream today.
Yeah, definitely.
So I went ahead, Frankie. How you doing, friend?
How you doing?
Good. I feel like I haven't talked to you for a week. What the heck, man?
Well, I was on this deep dive investigative research on Santi and his hidden girlfriend. Plus, I was smuggling baby aliens on the back of the scene, and you know, I got kind of amped up this week. And then on the whole ride, I was in the car, so I had the kids in the car. They were hyper, so I you know. But wow, what an exciting week, huh? Like lure, man, lure's everything. So that's exciting. The lure part of it, being able to hear it and start to formulate what our dreams are in this universe and how to formulate our lure and our characters around it. That's really cool. It's really cool. The Tokes thing, I think that's amazing. It's another project I mess around with. They're trying to tie it in with real world advertising with that, and I think that's huge for a lot of people. Yeah, man. And then there's Scream. How exciting is that?
No, I completely agree with you. I think that there was a lot of really cool things that were dropped today. What else was I going? Let's see. What else was I going to go over?
I love that you have your notes in paper, Ash.
I know, I'm so like old school. Can you hear the paper like running back and forth? There's something that I love actually writing.
There's nothing wrong with that, Ashes. I'm doing the same thing, exactly the same thing.
I love
I'm
it.
actually going through my notes right now.
I love
actually,
old books, and I love writing on paper. And I know that that's not eco-friendly, or it's not like cool these days. But there's just like something that sometimes like old book, like you just can't beat the feel of an old book or like paper sometimes. So sorry, Santi.
So true, so true.
Oh man, I love it. But yeah, sorry if you can hear the paper rumbling in the background. It's because I did handwrite all my notes. So,
Ashes, I do have a question. If you can check your notes, because there was some part that I kind of missed during the town hall because of my daughter. Hey, Lumina, don't. I'm sorry. At one time, Wagner mentioned something about the Polis DAO event and the wallets. He mentioned something about the emergency wallet and the executive wallet, because he said there were like 5 things. I kind of missed that part. Do you remember that part?
I think on that part, I actually wrote down the time to go back because there were so many things that he dropped about the Polis DAO in this week's town hall. That was one of the ones that I missed as well from Santi, do you remember by chance?
That was pure alpha, like that was alpha, like in its best, like we need to go back to that and see and listen again to what he said, because like I think he was mentioning something about the different wallets that will be in the Polis DAO, but I'm not sure. Like I need to revisit that as well.
Yeah, I believe that was when he was talking about, about the staking windows as well, talking about 2 weeks to 5 years and how the votes will be weighted by the amount of what you have staked. And I believe it was at 23 minutes. So there's a little alpha for you, Lumina.
All right.
And again, this is all recorded on this this Twitter space. So once I close out, I'll go ahead and repost the recording on the Star Atlas Twitter as well for you guys to go back and listen to it and scroll through. And if you need any help on finding certain notes, I do take really detailed notes, and I do write down the times that a lot of these things were mentioned at. So if you guys need times or anything, let me know. Send me a DM, and I can probably tell you where it was.
You just
if you're looking for some
up to a world of pain.
I know I did. It's what? I already warned everybody like a week ago that my DMs are a complete mess right now. I've been trying to weed through them ever since getting sick for a week and ignoring them a little bit when I was sick. I'm doing my best to catch up with those DMs. They're a disaster, but
you should hire
I
an
am going through
assistant.
them.
With what you've just said now, it's not going to get any better.
I know.
It's
That's
it's
okay.
careful what you wish for. You may well regret it.
I love it. It's all good. Speaking of lore and alpha, the Star Atlas, I just went ahead and dropped the new Atlas Star issue number 6. It is dropped on the Star Atlas Twitter, and I believe you'll be able to get it in the Discord as well soon. So, go ahead and take a read of that. There's always incredible information, engineering updates from every department. Jose really does an awesome job covering everything in great detail in the Atlas Star. So that is also pinned up at the top, along with Aaron's video, or Atlas Theory's video, sorry. And yeah, if there are any questions or anything in the audience, please feel free to come on up. We'd love to chat with you and see if you guys have any questions for us, or if you just have any thoughts about, anything that was covered today in the town hall. Oh, there was one thing that was kind of covered over pretty quickly, but Michael did mention that a separate product team has been created and that they're experimenting, or it's for experimenting with fully modeled animated free flight of ships. Did you guys catch that one? And what do you think about that?
No, not at all. I totally missed that part.
You missed that part? Oh.
Yeah,
So
I heard
there's a
something
lot of
about a
alpha in
mini
there, isn't
game.
there? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard something about a mini game that people can like pinpoint around the ships and do the mining and stuff like that. Was it that part? The last part Michael was talking about?
No, I don't think so. I think this was different. This was a separate thing. He's dropped hints before about test flights being something they're going to be able to do, and this to me sounded like test flights. You're going to be able to take a ship out from the showroom or somewhere and fly it around.
So does that mean the showroom is coming with the flying version?
Well, I don't know.
We don't know. Again, it was just a little tease, but I thought that it was interesting enough to kind of bring up and touch on, because it sounds like there's going to be a little bit more utility for some of the ships in the future. I'm not exactly sure when, right? It was just kind of teased again. So
yeah, but what he said as well though was he said, I think he said 1 or 2 ships or some ships, which was kind of hinting that it might be linked to the showroom, because showroom is a few ships as well. So yeah, no, again, that was another bit of alpha that I was like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah, go ahead, Frankie. You had your hand raised. No. Okay, well, you don't need to raise your hand. You can always just hop on in the conversation whenever you're ready, Frankie.
Sorry, I was taking a bite of the sandwich.
Oh, that's all good.
Caught me. Just a little off track, but it's still about the community and the guild gaming. I forget what it's called already. The game guilding Discord that everybody in the community is joining. Yes. That's awesome. It's really picking up speed, and that's exciting. Like, to be able to game in different games with everybody in the community. I think that's really, really cool. So I'm excited about that.
I agree. I think that was an awesome, like Rampage took the initiative to go ahead and start that. And I know Santi's been doing some stuff with the guys as well, to help coordinate and get all that stuff put together. And for the guild gaming nights, is that what GGN?
Yes.
I think that's going to be really awesome. And is the first one this weekend, or
I believe it's Sunday?
Sunday. And I believe it's Banana DAO and Alessio, right?
I don't know. I've been crazy this week. The word on the everybody just wants to kick Sandy's ass in these games. I don't know why. It's
Sammy or Santi.
Everybody's after the poor guy. All he wants to do is go in the countryside with this girl. I don't get it. But no, I just
right. He just wants to go on the countryside with his secret girlfriend and drink his Argentinian wine and just dream about Star Atlas at night.
I'm telling you, I'm ready to go with him. It sounds like fun.
That is the life.
That's life, actually. Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
going to judge me? Are you going to judge me? That's life.
Can I be your
Come on.
girlfriend? It sounds fun. No, but I just think it's awesome. Everybody's getting together and getting to know each other, you know, outside of, you know, just spaces or retexting each other. I think it's pretty cool. And I think that's going to help. I think it's going to help us all as core community and kicking Santy's
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, I would try to set up like an official Star Atlas team for that, like, and us to participate as we were a guild, like,
Yeah.
in the same way. That would be really cool. So
We'll
yeah,
have to set something up where like Swags is like the boss. We could do something where he's the boss level.
we still can lose in a lot more games. So yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah, that
definitely
was
need
something
to
I
join
wanted to
some.
bring up, Santi. What's going on with that? You guys lost?
Yeah, looks like the Star Atlas team lost against the community. Yeah, it was a CS:GO match. I didn't play, so nobody played me.
Oh, that's why
To
they
soak
lost
it.
then. They
Yeah. Nah, yeah, the guys played against the community and they lost like 16-14. And we actually plan to have this like as an ongoing event, like something that happens all Thursdays maybe, where like 5 community members can play against 5 Star Atlas team members in a CS:GO match. So yeah, just we will be
Yeah.
coordinating that in the Discord. So yeah.
That's awesome. I think Xcode actually messaged me about that yesterday, but I was late, so I didn't see it. But I got to be honest, like I wouldn't have helped contribute to them winning. So
Ash, we need you in the team. Actually, you should play. You should
I will play, but you know, I'm not gonna like help out that much.
No problem. Like, yeah, we lost anyway, so don't worry.
Right? I
Ash,
can
we
contribute to the
really need
loss.
to. Yeah. You need to download CS:GO now. Now.
I am definitely down to play with you guys. I think that would be fun. So, Karush, speaking of games and tournaments, you guys have your tournament kicking off tomorrow, right?
Yeah. It's our first FIFA tournament, and actually, Lawrence Ismail is one of the sponsors of the game. As everyone might know, she's the like Canadian national football player, women's football player. So it was just good. This good start. We kind of want to bring the attention from the traditional Web2 gamers to the blockchain space, and these games are kind of the first, like tasting the water, see how it goes, how we can interact more with them, and what are the concerns they have, and stuff like this. It's a part of the long-term plan that we have to bring more professional gamers into this community, you know?
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's absolutely awesome. And you know, I think the more tournaments that the community plays, the better, right? Like it builds community actually, and it helps build rapport with your current teammates, your current guild members, and with your outside guild members as well. So I think like all these tournaments that are being built and created by you guys are really awesome. And I know I went ahead and pinned up at the top Moonman will be streaming and playing it on Xbox, correct? So I went ahead and pinned that one at the top, and then I went ahead and pinned Rampage's post where he's talking crap on Banana DAO, that they're gonna lose to Alessio this weekend in their tournament. So that one will be a lot of fun as well. What's up, Krush?
No. It's so fun. Actually, this kind of activities is what helps the community during this phase of the market, and as well as bringing more attention. As I mentioned, like this Counter Strike, the game that Santi is organizing in Discord. Like, if we can like make it bigger and promote it and to do marketings and getting involved with it, make it a little bit bigger. Well, Santi knows well that great community of CSGO in Web2, so this stuff is gonna help a lot.
I completely agree with that. And I think it's really cool to see fields that start competing games against each other like this, right? Traditional games. I think that'd be so much fun, and it would add a whole nother layer to everything that's already being built here within the community. So awesome job, guys. You guys are all kicking ass, but you know that. So alrighty. So we are. Oh, and Frankie, you had mentioned that you guys are also streaming the tournament on Sunday against Alessio and Banana DAO. Is that correct?
Yes. It'll be on Rampage's Twitch.
Oh, okay, perfect. Cool. So we have
So,
multiple tournaments streaming this weekend, and for the community to go ahead and partake in, check out. I think it's going to be awesome to, just be a part of and witness. We're creating Star Atlas history here, guys, and that's incredible. It's really cool to be a part of it this early and to be doing this and building all of this with everybody. So I absolutely love it, and I hope to be able to check it out and maybe get some of you guys in CSGO a little bit later at some point, but I'll probably be hiding behind Santi's back. Let's be real. And so unless does anybody have any questions or comments from the
Yeah, I
audience?
have a
Feel free to
question.
request. Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
I have a question while you're accepting the community. I'm not sure if it's the lack of effort from my side or no one knows, but since we are just like introducing the team members of Star Atlas to the community, I really want to know who's behind the official Star Atlas account. Do we know it or it's just anonymous?
So I've been doing it for the time being, but I probably won't be doing it much longer. We hired a social media director, and I think that they're going to be taking over. So
Awesome. Well,
yeah.
good job then.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a lot of fun communicating with you guys through that as well. A couple people have known, but not too many.
Awesome.
I hope the account doesn't lose its personality now, because that was how we knew it was someone new. All of a sudden, the Star Atlas account was like vibrant.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun communicating with you guys on that level as well. So, but I'm still here. I'll still talk to you on my Twitter. Oh, I love it. So I think we've been going. I mean, gosh, I feel like we've been running for about an hour now. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we've been going for about an hour now. I feel like we've covered a lot of really, awesome topics. Is there anything else? Anybody have anything exciting they're doing this weekend other than whooping on other people in tournaments? Gaming
I'm going to
tournaments?
the countryside.
Are you with your girlfriend?
No, I'm joking. I'm going to sleep
I'm
all
joking.
weekend long.
You're gonna be working all weekend?
I'm going to be sleeping all weekend. I need that so bad.
You do, yeah, I agree. You deserve that rest, Santi, definitely. So as soon as we get off of this, you're gonna hit the hay, right?
Yes.
Wish you a good holiday.
What's up?
I said I wish you good holidays, Auntie.
Yeah, holiday you say? I wish. I wish. Yeah. The metaverse is not going to build itself, Like I will just
I know.
sleep for like 14 hours today, and then tomorrow I will probably be again in the trenches.
I feel like I
That's
heard you're even working in your sleep though, Santi. So like, do you
yeah.
ever really rest? I don't know.
Yeah, I was speaking with Michael. We had a call with Michael today earlier, and he actually shared that in the town hall. But something weird is happening. Like, I just, like in my dreams, I start dreaming about Star Atlas and thinking on things that we can do. And actually, the dream starts to become like more and more clear until I wake up and I find myself like looking like with the eyes open at 5 a.m. So Yeah, that's something weird that's happening, but I feel like a lot of people in the Star Atlas team have the same thing, you know.
Because you're manifesting. That's what's happening. You're bringing your dreams into reality as you're building, here in the Star Atlas metaverse.
Could be. Yeah, that would be a cool explanation. Yeah.
Love it. Well, I think it's time that we let Santi go get some rest because he is, one of the hardest working people here. He's always up, and I swear, like every hour of the day, I will message you and you'll respond. So I happen to know from experience that you are literally working constantly and you deserve a little break. So even if you're dreaming about Star Atlas, at least it's like a resting place, kind of, I
Thank
guess.
you so much, Ash. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words. And it's the same with you, like I always message you and you answer instantly. So yeah, you should get some rest as well.
I definitely will this weekend. Let's see. I think we have one question. Yeah, Hotspur. I'll go ahead and bring you up. Give me 1 second to add you, and then we'll probably close out in a little bit, in a few minutes. We're doing the connecting dance real quick, guys. Hey, friend, what's up?
Hi there. So this is actually Eric, Sperm Dragon. This is my other account on Twitter. So
What?
yeah,
You just
so
totally threw us for a loop.
I did. Well, I really wasn't gonna.
You're not allowed to do that, Eric.
So I wasn't gonna call in, but this last comment by Santi about the dreaming thing, I got to tell you, it is real. It is. I wake up with economic models in my head in the morning, and it's got to get out of my head. So I go over to our internal channels, and I'll be like, okay, let me write out a paper. So we've written some papers on the economics of the game, and a lot of my stuff, Ash, it comes from overnight kind of processing of the previous day's information. And I think what it might be is just how much information is going from community to us and then to us internally, and it's so new, like the ideas are new to even the world, so we're trying to have this we're trying to have this time to process while trying to understand that we need to move, right? We've got stuff we want to do and getting the economics right. But yeah, I had to call in honestly just to make that comment on Santi having those dreams, and I have experienced the same phenomenon. So somebody who maybe is in psychology can figure this out for us and tell us what's going on.
You guys are manifesting, right? You're manifesting and bringing your dreams to reality. Like you said, you're getting all of this information, and it's taking your brain a little bit to compute it and process it. And it sounds like you're doing that in your deep sleep. I don't know if that's like a real, like if that's really what's happening, but that's what it sounds like to me, at least. I don't know.
It's processing.
But you're literally like, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's processing time. It's if the mind's a computer, we have put so much into this, into this input. And best ideas are, 6 a.m. I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get to a computer to get this into a paper and start a paper.
I think that's why, sometimes they say keep a dream journal next to your bed and write down your dreams, because sometimes you have your greatest ideas and they are in your dreams. And if you don't act on them right away, sometimes you don't remember. So I don't know.
It was really cool
but
to
it
be
is
up
a
at the
thing.
town hall. I'll tell you that. It was a neat experience for, just like many of you guys out and gals out in the community, imagine what it would be like 2 or 3 months from now. It was a little nerve wracking. I kind of feel like I rushed through some stuff, but, what a great atmosphere that we've created in those town halls for just a discussion of, alpha sometimes, but just the game we love and we expect. And I meant what I said, Ash. I really meant it when I said that my excitement at more detail is higher than when I walked in the door, 5 days ago or something. And I've obviously being head of economics, you're kind of shovel fed a lot of information really quick because of decisions have had to be made, and these decisions have been made. And I think you guys probably have seen some of my posts that Thursdays seem to be my favorite days, and that's because of just the cycle of meetings that we have and the breakthroughs that we're having that get some of the stuff that you're wanting closer. So I encourage people. I know that it's not, we all wish everything was out. I get it. I've been there. I was on the outside looking in and going, come on. But the reasons are for our best benefit. And one of the things that I remember is Michael saying this is a long-term game, right? It's not a sprint. It's a journey. Part of the game is the journey of sticking around and figuring out what's coming out next. And I've enjoyed the heck out of it so far and couldn't be more excited for where we're going.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I love your tweets because they're kind of cryptic but they kind of give a little bit of info, not too much, and it just kind of riles everybody up when you put those ones out there.
Jose says I'm creating work for him.
I know.
and here's the thing, the hard part for me is I can't remember what I know from a town hall 3 weeks ago or what Michael and I have had discussions internally about that it can't come out, right? So even, this call, I'm being very timid on because I have access to so much.
Eric.
Especially
for the people on this call.
I know it's painful, but do you get it? I mean, I don't want to ruin your surprises either, and but it's all I can do is classify it and tell you it's pretty darn cool. And what Chip is working on, I know my first interaction in the town hall was Chip coming out and just killing it in his first town hall, and excitement level has grown because of that for me. And I can tell you, after seeing what he's been working on, it's awesome, man. And you guys are gonna love it, and I'm excited for everybody.
Yeah, no, I think we all agree with you on that. Chip is awesome, and I think we're all really excited for everything that he is building. And man, he was on a panel at NFTLA, and they were talking about the metaverse, and just hearing, I guess, from his, how his brain processes and understands what the metaverse is and what he's doing, how he sees it. It was incredible. And I recorded the panel. I know Lumina was asking about it, so maybe we can get that out to you guys too, so you can hear that. But no, you did an incredible job on the town hall today, Eric. I think especially when you told everybody the games that you're passionate about, and that it really helped people pull from that and get an idea of where the economics of this game will come from and go.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool, and I know the community really appreciated that too, because it just gives everybody more to dream about, right? As to how it's being built and how everything's being put together and how it's going to be in the future. So that was awesome. You did an awesome job. It was really cool having you up there.
Ash, it was my pleasure, and I'm trying to make sure that I interact with the crowd, because I understand the community wants to know what is the mind of the guys. I think if you look back to kind of the games that I would call formational in my understanding of games and game economics, I don't know if I said this on the town hall, but it was in my notes somewhere. I felt like, I've been in banking, I've been in business management, ownership of businesses, but I always felt like I had an advantage over those who didn't play games in the economic realm and didn't kind of dig into the mechanics of how things work in maybe a fictional world so you can translate those over to supply and demands of the real world. And I always kind of gave credit, never thinking at all ever that I would work in gaming or game economics. Just thinking I love games as my respite. I'm sure that many of the folks listening right now have that same thing, that you have a stressful job, you come home and you play for 3 hours and you go to bed and you're like, oh, by then, after playing and maybe a drink or something, you feel okay. I always felt like I was learning, but it's the greatest way of learning economics and gameplay. Just seeing how somebody else imagined a fictional economy and how it works. And then for me, putting it on hard or the highest level and figuring out how to beat it. And I love it. So today I actually tweeted out something that I think is pretty cool. Just one of my favorite game loop scenarios. It's Railroad Tycoon 3 from 2003. It stands up the test of time. And I just put down the scenario of how I set up the game. And I can only beat it about 60% of the time. The rest of the time, that 40% of the time, I don't make the right choices. And I try and learn from those and figure it out. And that to me, one of the guys on our team said, you kind of sounded like a game nerd. And I said, well, I am a game nerd. I'm a guy who likes to be challenged by a game, figure out the finances and the economics behind it, and figure out how I can beat it the next time. And I like tough choices in games. So this scenario that I put in there from Railroad Tycoon 3 is a tough decision because it's timing, and there's several different things you have to do to be successful. And I thought it would be something that if the community wanted to, if they owned it or had played it, they could go back to it and maybe even ask me questions about that. Since I can't really give you answers about the future, maybe I can go back to something where it was formative for me in the way that I think about gaming. Obviously, there's so many more mechanics in what we're doing now, but everybody has to have a good foundation, and I think that's where a lot of mine came from, is those type of tycoon games.
Sorry, I was muted. Very cool. I was looking for that tweet that you were talking about. I'll go ahead and pin it at the top so people can take a look at it as well. I know, Atlas Theory, you had your hand raised. Did you have a question for Eric?
Oh, no. I was just identifying with what he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, chime on in. Go for it. Go ahead, Lumina.
This is sort of a separate thing, but the Hotspot, well, thank you so much for your input. All the games that you listed today and just on the Twitter space, exactly the same games that I played: Railroad Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, even Civilization series. I mean, these are really sort of a micromanagement stuff, and I'm really looking forward to your rendition of Railroad Tycoon thing. It's pretty cool. Now, before I go, and I know we're about to be done with this Twitter Spaces, but I would like to give an alpha. For those of you who don't know, Coexist, well, I'm the Guildmaster of Coexist. We are building a Star Atlas tutorial game. And by the way, I have to give props to Michael today, because he was kind enough to mention Coexist and our project and what we are building. And that's what our ultimate goal is, to create this metaverse for the entire Star Atlas community and sort of become almost like a hub place for all the guilds and Star Atlas fans, so they can enjoy before the actual game comes out. So I just tweeted out another screenshot that my dev guy just sent me. So Unreal Engine 5 Atlas tutorial game is coming along. So you just have to wait a few more.
Yeah, it's very cool. I went ahead and pinned that up at the top as well for everybody to take a look if you're unfamiliar with that. But that's awesome that you guys are doing that. And it's coming in multiple languages too. So you can definitely help onboard more people into the Star Atlas metaverse. Go for
I
it.
had something to add real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I can speak to the dreaming You know, when I used to compete at the highest level, that's one of the things I would tell people. They were like, "Well, how do you get better than everybody?" And I'd be like, "Well, you do drills for 12 hours, and when you get sick of those, you do them for 16 hours, and when you get sick of that, you do it for 20, and then eventually you pass out, right? And then you dream about the game, and you spend all those hours dreaming, and then if you're fortunate enough, like they're saying, you wake up, you have it in your short-term memory, you write it down or something, and then it enters your long-term memory, and you're way ahead of everybody else. So it's like something that happens when you get to like the top 1% and you're moving really fast, and it's something that I've seen happen with a lot of gamers. So I think it's a natural progression, and it's a good sign.
Lucid dreaming.
Not the healthiest. Probably not the healthiest behavior, but it's effective.
I don't know.
In
I don't
some
know,
way.
Santi. It feels good, dude. I mean, doesn't it feel good to wake up with a great idea? And it just seems to have happened more and more. You know, it's probably happened to all of us. I think at some point when you've been excited about something and you've thought about it, and you're, you know, it's a very surreal feeling. But when I wake up, the idea is formed, and it's way more complete than if I would have taken a full day, went with a piece of paper, even conversations with people where kind of the other people chime in, and you know, we see progress that way. When I wake up with these things, it's like, did I hear this from somebody already? Because I feel like I've already know this, and it will work. And of course, you start the process of getting it out of your head.
Yeah.
And I always talk about that, like in meetings. I'm like, guys, I'll just tell you, this is one of the things that happens in our economics meetings. I don't have a problem being wrong. I don't have a problem being a guy who comes up with an idea that's a bad idea that's going to lead to the great idea from somebody else, because we kind of eliminated that route. And when you're trying to iterate fast, quickly to a desired location, this is the way that my mind works, my management style works, is no bad ideas. Nobody's going to get made fun of for an idea, because that idea might be the root cause of somebody having the idea that ends up being the game that you love and you love to play. If they wouldn't have had that courage to speak up, then we wouldn't get that kernel of knowledge that breaks us all into what we want. So, but I find it, and that, I don't know who said the analysis of athletes. I was a former athlete as well. I've had that in sports, where during basketball 2 a day, football 2 a day stuff, where you just can't get away from it. But it wasn't in the positive way that I think Santi and I are trying to say. That was more just as what you did, and maybe even hated it, but you were doing it so much that it was in your head. For me, it's this, I don't know, it's surreal, and then it's very vivid once it's there.
Yeah, that's the way. Like you say, is have as many ideas as you can, and out of that, something good will come.
Absolutely.
There are no wrong kind of ideas, right? You know, like you say, it's great to hear that, because that's the way that things evolve. So I did have a question for Eric about that.
Go ahead.
So how do you see? You know, because you talked a lot about kind of Railroad Tycoon and stuff, and I know you're kind of Stellaris as well. How do you see those kind of fitting with the kind of the blockchain economy, which is you know, an in-game economy is one thing, but when you've got the blockchain to add on, where it actually then bleeds into the real world fiat, how do you see that kind of working?
So this is where I'll probably duck a little bit on some stuff, just because I don't think that I'm not there yet, ready to answer that question.
That's fair enough. I was trying to get it out of you.
Yeah.
It was a long shot.
Well, your phrasing is really good. Your salesmanship was excellent. I just have a pretty high barrier right now for not wanting to leak any alpha and get myself in trouble. So I'm going to decline.
It was worth a shot.
So on that note, you want me to jump on in there and say, so I guess with that, it was really awesome that you hopped in here. You surprised us a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I had no idea. I see this account a lot, Hotspur, and now I see Verm Dragon around a lot too. And so I don't know which one's you anymore. You're kind of throwing me for a loop, Eric.
Well, I plan to be a lurker on this one and just listen in and see the discussion after. But when you started talking about the thing that the dreaming thing, it was just so pertinent to the way I've been feeling, and I'm not the only one at Star Atlas. And I think that does, Ash, speak to the power of what we're trying to accomplish. It's really, you've got some talented people. The thing that and I'm going to real quickly just say this. The thing that I've been so impressed with is just the overall. It doesn't matter who I just have discussions with. Blockchain, DAO, anybody in engineering, anybody in management of, like Mo, where they're managing and moving the things along. And then, of course, Chip's team and the management team. Talent upon talent, but mix that talent with everybody being on a mission, everybody feeling a little bit of urgency because we all want to get it out, but everybody excited about it. I've never seen anything like it. I'm sorry to call in late, but man, I thought that was a good invitation when Santi brought that up on the dream stuff, because it's just so relevant to the way I'm feeling.
No, and I love it. I think we all love that you hopped on up here. Go for it, Alistair. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna add, like, not to be too new agey or whatever, but like Michael has said a few times, like the whole Star Atlas idea came from like dreams. So like there's something, underlying all this that like wants to come out, wants to express itself. I think many of us are experiencing this kind of stuff, and it's just like so cool to hear people come forward and like tell that they're also going through that. So yeah, thank you guys for doing that.
My pleasure.
One day I'll tell you my dream about Michael Shrooms in Miami, but I'm not going to do it now. It's just
And fanny packs. Wait! Don't forget, and Hoffa wearing a fanny pack. All right.
Yes. Jimmy Hoffa was wearing a fanny pack. Oh god! And I had a tattoo on my back of my hand. It was, man, talking about lucid dreaming. Oh my goodness! But lucid dreaming can be great, and I believe in manifesting things. But I can't wait till Michael picks me up. I mean, I'm still waiting. He hasn't come around, but I'll get him.
I love it.
I'm his favorite troll. I'll get him.
All right, Eric, I got to ask you one question, because, I think we have like, I'm just going to go off of this from your PFP.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
Right? Peyton Manning a billion times.
Right? Okay.
I
feel like
I won't tell you my real feelings about Tom Brady, because this is a family show. So we'll just stay with that.
No,
Listen.
I love Peyton Manning. That was one of the best teams ever. And he's, to be honest, I know everybody's like Tom Brady's a GOAT, but for me, Peyton Manning's a GOAT. Great. He's the best quarterback ever.
As a diehard Eagles fan, I thank you for your contribution for Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And even that you traded him to the Redskins, so now I get to beat him up 2 times a year. Thank you so much.
You know what? Thank God for people like the Redskins out there to clean up our messes when we make them, huh?
You mean the Washington football team, guys?
Oh yeah. Washington football team. You're right.
Jeez.
Sorry.
No, you're right. I just forgot.
It's so easy to fall back into the old names.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah. Oh man. Well, the them and the Giants too. So.
Yeah.
Post Eli.
Well, Ash, I'm gonna go.
Man.
I've got a art show for my son that I'm gonna run into. So I thank you guys for the questions. It was good to get to know some of you guys, and I probably will not interact that much on Discord, only because I'm afraid of digging in too easily and spilling too much. It's not because I'm not social. It's because I am pretty gregarious, actually, and maybe find me in Miami at something or buy me a beer. I don't know. But
Are you going to be in Miami?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
I was saying I'm going to be in Miami. So
Wait,
don't know.
he may be there with Michael and the shrooms. See, it's all working out.
oh no.
I
Oh
don't think, frankly,
man.
I don't think I would do
So if I
great,
see
man.
Jimmy Hoffa with a fanny pack, run. Is that what you're saying?
Run fast and far.
But I would say, the Verm Dragon on Twitter is probably the easiest way, and I'll probably talk about gaming and things like that more than I will what's going on currently in detail and maybe in the future. I just, guys, I got to be careful, obviously. But want to get to know and stay involved as much as possible. But obviously, got that in my back of my head.
Yeah, absolutely. And you should, you know a lot about, you got some good information in there that you definitely need to keep under lock and key, especially with these super sleuths up here.
No,
with their
no.
tricky questions, Major Easy.
Yeah, no. I followed both accounts already.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you
right.
so much, Ash.
Thank you so much for hopping on here and joining us, Eric. Have a good weekend.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, that's awesome. I think that's the perfect closing to our week. What do you guys think? I think Santi's ready to go get some rest. I feel like we had another awesome week with some really cool alpha drops, really cool announcements. There's some really, more fun things coming out for you guys as well in the future. And so you got some fun stuff to look forward to, and another awesome town hall and another awesome Twitter space. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this week at the Star Atlas Town Hall and the after party. As always, we had a great time, and have a happy weekend, everybody. Get some rest.
Yep, loving your work, Ashes. Loving your work, Santi. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye, guys.
Power to the people.
Have a great weekend. Thanks a lot, Ashes and Santi.
Thanks, guys.